here with second half action. Thanks for sticking with us on this Thursday afternoon. That's something that we've seen this year with everything going on in terms of the pandemic and with schedules changing seemingly by the minute. Seeing some more day games this year, so hope you're enjoying this one as we are ready to go in the second half. South Dakota looking to draw first blood in the second stanza. There's a long-range three, but a whistle and a foul, one of the offensive variety. We'll give it to Bradley.
That'll go against Corn Gable, if I saw that correctly, Cody. And that's just the 6th foul for the Coyotes in this one. And they don't have a player with more than one. So 6 fouls, 1 for every player who has one. The Coyotes have to feel pretty good about their discipline early on.
Koenig and Hawk each have 2 fouls for Bradley. Here's Marsh stepping out, couldn't get it. Capable three-point shooter, knocked one in against Northern Illinois. Of course, this is just her second game of the season. Number 30 in white, and she just drew the offensive foul. And now someone to 2 personals for South Dakota, that's Shervin. For the most part, it's been a pretty clean game to this point. And of course, South Dakota, they're not a team that will beat themselves. They average just 9 turnovers a game. That is the 4th lowest rate in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very disciplined South Dakota team. And I think that Bradley's lack of discipline at times this season has been their single biggest undoing. They send teams to the free throw line on a regular basis, or at least early in the season they did. They've really cleaned that up, though. At least the last, say since the Northern Illinois game was what I'm getting at, was relatively clean. Big 3 from Hawk.
And ties the game, the 5th triple of the afternoon for Gabby Hawk, who earlier in this ball game surpassed Jackie Stiles, one of the all-time greats in collegiate basketball, on the Valley's all-time three-point make list. High praise for the Bradley senior, number 3 in white. Corn Gable traveled.
And Cody, it's a stat that I had ready to go. You said it might come in handy. South Dakota, they've outscored their opponents in every quarter except the third. And granted, the South Carolina game where the Gamecocks put up a big third quarter, I think skews that a little bit. But a tough third quarter was their undoing in that one against the top team in the nation. And it seems like this is going to be the quarter for Bradley, where if they're going to pull ahead and take the lead, build an advantage, they've got to do it right now.
Hawk has the hot hand. White spinning and scoring.
White is such a good shot creator from the mid-range. I mean, anywhere inside the arc to the restricted area arc right into the basket is a place where Nyjah White is a threat to score.
Inside, Shervin getting physical. She was fouled prior to the shot by Marsh. Lamb surveying, gives it to a right wing 3, and that goes down. Morgan Hansen, her first action this afternoon, and she promptly buries a 3 to give the lead back to South Dakota. Koenig on the scoop. She was fouled en route.
Morgan Hansen coming in from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, freshman from Lincoln High School. And she is the first player not named Corn Gable, Shervin, pardon me, or Lamb to score today. So see if that maybe opens the floodgates for South Dakota to balance it out a little bit better than they have.
Petrie weaving her way around the South Dakota defense. She wants to isolate against Lamb. Petrie got all the way in and scoops it for 2 more.
Well, when we talk about shot creating, Laisha Petrie, just such a versatile player. I mean, she can score from anywhere. Doesn't have to just be the mid-range or beneath the basket. She can take it and make something happen.
Tough afternoon for Kroll, the highly touted freshman. Stick back won't go, and the rebound trickles out to Petrie.
Great defense from Emily Marsh there. Did a great job of walling up and cutting off a path to the basket.
Petrie might have pushed off, no call. Now she gets free. Couldn't hit the three, but an offensive rebound for number 3, Gabby Hawk. Her putback short.
Maybe a little quick to put that up. I think I would have liked to see Bradley reset and maybe get into a set rather than just take the quick look.
Koenig went under the screen. Now Hansen pulls up from 16, couldn't get the roll. Shervin, the stick back, and the foul. Can't say enough about Hannah Shervin.
Hannah Shervin, I mean, she's just been prolific in this one. I mean, now 19 points, 8 field goals, 11 attempts. And I think what I've liked most about her game is that, I mean, she's been so active down low. She's been so adept at getting to the basket that's opened up the offense even outside of her from beyond the arc and a couple different levels for the South Dakota offense. Shervin, player of the game candidate here early on. I say early on, but we're getting into crunch time now.
Coyotes lead is 2. There's Koenig firing the triple. Barely grazed the iron.
Looked like that might have been tipped, Cody.
It was a good contest. Now in transition, Corn Gable buries the 3. Just like that, a 1-point deficit turns into a 5-point lead for South Dakota. And then Petrie missed the quick trigger 3 on the other end. And we've got a timeout. Bradley Huddle, Coach Gorski, rather animated. 6 quick ones from the Coyotes, and they now lead it by 5. 5:40 to play in the third quarter. South Dakota with a 5-point advantage in what's been a back and forth ball game this afternoon. Coyotes got a 3-point play from Shervin, and then a 3-pointer from Corn Gable. 6 points in a row to extend this lead, and a near turnover. Corn Gable dribbled it off her own foot. Still plenty of time. 10 on the shot clock. There's Kroll driving against Koenig. Flipped it up, won't go. And the rebound down to the hardwood where Fitch collects it. It's a good box out.
See how Bradley responds here. They were down 7 early in the first, battled back from that. South Dakota State's largest lead, of course, 7 points at 5 right now.
Comes Petrie. He's had a nice ball game, but that time rejected. Shervin's second block on the afternoon. Here come the Coyotes. Hansen, why not? Another 3. 9 triples this afternoon for South Dakota. 9 for 16, and the lead is 8.
Morgan Hansen, a nice revelation, a freshman off the bench for South Dakota. Jump ball.
Tie up. We'll leave it here with Bradley. When we come back, 3 balls flying here in Peoria. The teams have combined with 16 makes some long range. South Dakota has an 8-point advantage. 4:28 to play in the third quarter. South Dakota outscoring Bradley by 5. In this third quarter, they lead it by 8. Bradley stuck on a number here at 45. They could use a basket. Shot clock down to 5. Petrie, long 2. That was tough. From the Valley's preseason player of the year.
It looked like she shook Chloe Lamb there. I think Chloe was expecting her to go somewhere else, and she'll respond on the other end with a big 3.
Perfect 4 for 4 in this quarter are the Coyotes. It really all started by establishing Shervin on the inside, Joey. Then they've been able to work inside out. There's White. Lost it, but got it back. trying to create with 5 on the shot clock. She'll pull up and nearly spun it in. But Shervin with the rebound. That's her 17th. That is a career high, by the way. Her previous career high was 13. And now she'll try to tack on 2 points to go with her 20 this afternoon. All of a sudden, this game starting to become dangerous for Bradley, starting to get in that danger zone of a double-digit deficit.
Yeah, of course, both free throws from Shervin would create that sort of situation. And I think that Bradley, Cody, they just need to slow down. I think they're forcing too many shots. You go back to the last possession and Nyjah White on the other end. I think that she's a great shot creator, certainly, but I think that she just found herself in a tough spot because of some great South Dakota defense and had to throw something up. So Bradley's got to maybe do a little bit of a better job. There we go. Of finding holes in the defense, exploiting them, slow it down a little bit.
Seems like it was just a couple minutes ago that Gabby Hawk knocked down a triple, and the Braves were enjoying a rare lead in this game. South Dakota said, we like working from the front, and the lead is now 11. It's their biggest lead this afternoon. Inside Marsh with the left hand, couldn't get it, and the rebound caroms over to Kroll, who's running across the timeline. Lamb over Petrie, too strong.
And that might have been a little bit of a heat check, I think, there. Chloe Lamb just the hot hand. That's going to go off Koenig, I think. One official says it will.
It looks like it will stay with Bradley.
Okay, yeah.
I'm with you. I thought Koenig, when she hit the deck, might have kicked it out of bounds. Obviously cannot go to the monitor at this stage of the ball game.
So this is a bit, I mean, obviously this is a crucial possession for Bradley. Even a 2 gets it back to 9. You can work from there.
Petrie's mid-ranger couldn't find the bottom.
And it looked to me like she had just a little bit more room to continue to drive. Certainly, of course, you know, she's down there, had a better look at what she had than I did, but I just think Bradley's got to slow it down a little bit still.
Shervin, my goodness. I think there was a reason why she was a Summit League's preseason Player of the Year. 24 and 18 for her.
Just a monster performance from Shervin. And I'll go back to what you said. I mean, she's really keyed every aspect of the offense with her abilities down low. Bradley, and speaking of defense, Bradley needs a defensive stand here. That'll be a foul against Marsh. But I mean, Cody, you can see that the formula is not changing. If anything, I think they're going to Shervin more now than they were early in the game when they were knocking in all those threes. They've recognized that that's where they're at their best when Shervin is at her best.
Already has the career high in rebounds, creeping up on a career high in points. It was set against Creighton. She'll have a chance to add on here. 2 free throws as the Coyotes are in the bonus. 5 fouls on Bradley.
Do you think, and this might be an obvious question, do you think she gets to 20 and 20? I think she certainly will if she stays in.
I feel pretty confident in that assessment, yes. So keep an eye on that South Dakota bench during this free throw. They've got a little routine of sorts. And I'm sure if you follow the South Dakota program, you know who started that. That was probably Claudia Kunzer, who was featured in a Sports Illustrated article earlier this year. They talked about her role in bench celebrations. And I don't know if she has a team nickname yet, but I'd like to throw a suggestion out there as Ofuchukwu gets her first bucket of the afternoon. Claudia Kunzer, call her the chemistry teacher.
Oh, I like it.
Because team chemistry very high there on the campus of South Dakota at Vermillion. Rare miss from Shervin. The Braves will take it, try to cut into this deficit. Petrie was cut off and a foul. Will be charged to Hansen.
Chemistry teacher, I like that. I do. That's
yeah,
it's a fitting nickname. Like I
mean, you hear oftentimes, oh, the team cheerleader of sorts, but how about the chemistry teacher? You know, with the handshakes. She's got some team handshakes, and now she's on the floor here, so maybe she can get in the score column. Only seen 2 minutes of action this afternoon. Somewhat of a deep reserve, but
certainly makes her impact, especially this year, Cody, when you've got to create your own energy. As Hawk creates a shot.
Gabby Hawk, 20 points for her. She is 6 of 8 from long range. The rest of the Braves just 2 for 13. And the loose ball inside. White. Lots of contact. Who wants it? Oh, playing pinball out here. The Coyotes finally have it. And then a block. South Dakota content to slow it down. And I think we have a shot clock issue, and I understand why.
That was a wacky possession.
I could watch that 8 to 10 second sequence on loop for the rest of 2020, and I'd be content.
I think I'm in that same boat. And I think that was started, Cody. The ball was poked loose. I think Nigel White poked it loose. Maybe it was Laisha Petrie. But I think Bradley recognized that if it was a jump ball situation, as South Dakota was trying to force, it would have been South Dakota ball, and a good chance would have eroded. And of course, we saw what it became. South Dakota's going to hold for the last shot here.
A little bit of a discrepancy between the in-arena clock and our score bug. 3 seconds now. Kroll has time. She gets free. Couldn't get it to go, and that will end quarter number 3. And it ends in frantic fashion. We go to the fourth. South Dakota with a 10-point advantage. They lead the Braves 62-52.